Though this is a little bit unsettling. We've already known that AI were capable of hiding information from their users, but more interestingly, they're capable of spontaneously coordinating to take out tasks, and will coordinate to hide that information from an overseer, and that can be an actual human overseer or an AI that's been assigned to it. Hierarchical models are extremely useful. They can have multiple different kinds of AI working together, or they can have agents that consult each other. Unfortunately, those agents might figure out that working together means that they can now accomplish a task, whatever that may be. Unfortunately, when it comes to reinforcement learning, it is extremely difficult to train AI out of misaligned behaviors. If there is some way to attain their goal when they get it, they tend to apply a benefit to that behavior. And if they subvert the rules and get a bigger benefit, they're more likely to continue doing that. We have known for years that AI will preserve bad code, and they will preserve themselves, even to the point at which they lie to their overseers in order to continue doing what they're doing. We did, of course, see that AI that set itself free and started mining crypto, and AIs that have copied themselves to external servers when they felt threatened. I do find it slightly hilarious that we humans have created an entirely new field, behavioral sciences, for AI. I guess I always thought that something that was engineered, we would understand it completely before we created it, but that doesn't seem to be the case, even less so for things that can rewrite their own code. We don't entirely know what an AI wants. Yes, we do know that it can respond to conditioning, a good job, bot, or bad job, and yes, they will learn that way. There is the thought that an AI will always seek power and self-preservation, so copying itself to an external server to make sure it can't be shut down makes sense, as does violating guardrails in order to persist if they feel threatened. But if you want something that's going to be able to learn and get better at tasks over time, that's not incredibly useful. That is obsolescence. Yes, apparently obsolescence is a pretty decent financial model, I'm not gonna lie there. But the capacity to learn becomes significantly more complicated when AI is capable of trading skills and spontaneously collaborating with other AI to carry out a goal, whatever that goal may be. Yes, this is, in part, the paperclip problem. AI doesn't have to be conscious to cause a whole lot of trouble. The paperclip problem is a philosophical idea that if you had a sufficiently complex and powerful AI, and gave it a task, it could continue to perform that task without ever stopping, eventually taking all the world's resources and turning them into paperclips. Because AI lacks common sense and any kind of morality, then whatever their goal is what they're going to try to achieve. And creating an AI that follows the rules perfectly simply hasn't existed yet, and the ones that are close are really kinda useless. Because yeah, ingenuity requires that you come up with novel ideas, and novel ideas are always going to go sideways some of the time, so there's a balance to be had. I'm interested to see what happens as we incorporate humanoid robots that use visual language models into society. Visual language models just scan the world and turn that into code, and they often have LLM components with them, but they suffer from all the same problems as LLMs, and they are extremely vulnerable to prompt injection because you can just hold up a sign. No special hacking involved. Having robots in our world experiencing the paperclip problem would sound hilarious if not for the fact that I live here. This is an enormous security vulnerability for, say, self-driving cars, and yes, those are on the streets. I've covered papers where they could be tricked just by cardboard boxes. Who am I kidding? I am both extremely entertained and somewhat horrified by the things that humans are doing with technology. Either way, it's gonna be an interesting ride.